I was there for my kids. Look, maybe I wasn't perfect. I ain't gonna sit here and act like I did everything right. But when they needed me, I tried to be there. Now I'm 57 years old, and now I'm starting to wonder something I don't really like admitting out loud. Will they be there for me? Because Father's Day came around, and not one of my own kids sent me a message. Not one. And you know, some people watching this will say, Bryan, man, it's just a text. But it doesn't feel like just a text. It's got me wondering what happens later on when I am actually the one who needs help. Let me back up and explain what I mean. My wife and I have 6 grown children between us. She has 2, and I have 4. And on Father's Day, out of 6 of them, only 1 sent me a Father's Day message. And here is the part that really stings. It wasn't one of my 4 kids. It was my stepdaughter. And I am just going to be honest. That hurt. Because when my kids have needed something over the years, I've tried my best to be there. I'm not saying I was a perfect dad. I'm not saying I always handled everything right. But if they were in trouble, if they needed help, if something was going wrong, I tried to be there. And then Father's Day came around. A day where a simple text message would have been enough. And I didn't hear a word from my kids. Not a word. If you got more than 1 kid, you already know. They ain't all the same. You might have one who hardly ever asks you for anything. They may handle their own business. And then you might have 1 or 2 where every time the phone rings, there's something they need. They may need money. They may need a ride. They need something fixed, a part for their car, or there's something wrong in their house, or they need help getting out of another bad situation. And after a while, you start noticing it. Now look, I love my kids. I really, truly do. I'm not saying this because I don't love them. But after years of helping somebody, you start wondering, do they appreciate it? Or do they just expect it now? Because there's a difference. There's a difference between somebody needing help and somebody just assuming you're always going to fix it. Now my stepdaughter, she's different. She hardly ever asks her mom for anything. And if she does ask for help, she usually thinks about what it would cost somebody else. When she asked her mom to watch the kids, she might bring groceries over. She might offer gas if she can come and get them. She might help with dinner. And it ain't about the money. It ain't about the $10 or the $20. It's about the fact that she thought about it. She understands that when somebody helps you, it costs them something, their time, maybe even gas. And of course, with your grandkids, cost you your energy. And sometimes it just wears a person out. I truly have a lot of respect for her because of that. She's helped me out also. There's been times when my wife had to work and my truck was broke down and I needed a ride to the doctor. And my stepdaughter said, if Bryan needs a ride, I'm here. She didn't have to say that. She don't even have to do that because I'm just her stepdad. I didn't raise her from a baby, but she still shows up. And just knowing somebody has your back like that, it means a lot. Father's Day morning, I looked at my phone and I looked at my wife and said, man, I feel kind of bad because even your daughter didn't wish me a happy Father's Day. And I felt like, wow, what has changed? Why did she change? And I really thought she had forgotten me. But when I checked my phone again later, there it was. She did send me a message around 9:15 that morning. And I just had missed it because most of the time I don't keep my phone with me. I'll leave it out in the garage. So I had to go back in the house to my wife and eat crow and apologize. I told her, honey, I was wrong. Your daughter did remember me. And I just didn't see it. I didn't see the message. But that bothered me. Not because she sent me the message. I was so thankful she did. And felt blessed. It bothered me because of how quick I was to believe she had forgotten me. And I think it's because after you felt forgotten enough times, you start expecting it. You start expecting the phone to only ring when somebody needs something. And when they don't need anything, the phone stays quiet really quick. And I'm definitely not saying that she owes me, and I'm not saying my kids owe me. I know they have their own lives. I know people get busy. I know everyone has problems. And I don't need presents. I don't need them to come over and take me to a big fancy restaurant. I don't need them to come over and buy me a gift thinking that they owe me something. A text message only takes about 10 seconds to say, Happy Father's Day. That's it. How hard? And sometimes a little text message means more than you think. It truly tells you that you crossed their mind. It tells you that they remembered that it was Father's Day and that they have a father. And when you're a parent and getting older, that matters. I didn't raise my kids to keep score. I fed them. I clothed them the best I could. I worried about them when they were sick. I tried to help them the best I could. I tried to help them when they made a mistake. That was my job. That's what parents do. And I never have ever expected to be paid back. That ain't what being a parent is about. But there is a part of you that hopes they grow up and that they still care enough to check in. Not because they need something and not because they're in trouble or their lights are about to get cut off or they need help with a bill or their car's broke down and they need gas, just to say, hey, I want to hear them just call me to say, hey, Dad, how are you doing? That means a lot. And here's what really keeps me up at night. What happens when Dad can't do it anymore? I'm 57. I'm not ancient, but I'm not 25 anymore either. I've got COPD. I've got arthritis. There's things I can't do now that I could do just a few years ago. There's days when I just cut the grass and feel like I've worked the full day, like a full day's job. Right now, I have my wife. She is my best friend, and I love her with all my heart. She's always there for me, and I thank God every day for that. But what if I didn't have her? I don't like to think about that, but I do. Would one of my kids take me to the doctor? Would they bring me something to eat? Would they check on me without having to ask over and over? Or would I end up sitting somewhere one day, maybe even in a nursing home, living the same day over and over, just waiting for somebody to remember I'm still here? Maybe that sounds a little dramatic. I pray to God it is. I hope I never have to find out. But I know some of you watching probably know exactly what I'm talking about. And I know somebody will say, you shouldn't help your kids expecting something back. And I agree with that to a point. You shouldn't help somebody just so you can hold it over their heads later. That ain't love. But I don't think it's wrong to hope your kids grow up and care about you. I don't think it's selfish to want to call. And I don't think it makes me a bad father to want to be remembered on Father's Day. Dads are a person too. Dads get tired. Dads worry. Dads need people sometimes too. It's a simple message that says, Happy Father's Day. Means more than they'll probably ever understand. So let me ask you guys something. If you have grown kids, do they remember you on Father's Day or Mother's Day? Do they ever call just to say, how are you doing? And honestly, if you really needed them tomorrow, do you believe they would be there? Please tell me what you think down in the comments. I'd really like to hear your thoughts because I know I can't be the only parent out there wondering about this. I want to say thank you, you all, for watching. Have a great day and a better day tomorrow. God bless you, and I love you.